friends, it's Cheryl from Tutoring with Cheryl. I'm the tech coach for tutors, and I am here to talk to you just really quickly about summer learning loss. And why am I bringing it up? It's only April 8th, and you're like, well, my kid doesn't get out of school until the first week in June or the middle of June. But yet, if you're in, a Midwestern state, your child might be getting out of school May 15th. And already by June, you're looking at each other like, you're still here? You're not at school? So let's talk a little bit about the summer slide or the learning loss that our kids can have. It is a real thing. Many students can suffer up to 2 months of learning loss. And I guess the question is, why does that happen? Well, it can happen because there may be spending too much time on their digital devices, they're gaming too much, they're not really reading, they're not really doing their math practices. I mean, well, why would you? You're a kid, right? I remember I always had this struggle with my own children because they all played sports in the summer, and that's what that was their passion. And of course, I wanted to support that. But then the teacher in me was always like, hey, are you reading a book? Hey, here's a book. I'd be tossing a book at him and saying, hey, here's this, here's that. Try to take him to the library. Depending on my child, would depend on the level of interest because every child is different. But, I just had a really interesting conversation with my eldest daughter. She's in her she's just 30 right now. And we were having this conversation and she says, Mom, I never really enjoyed reading. And I'm like, I know. And I would just try so hard to help you to enjoy it. And she says, yeah, I even have this app on my computer now. And she works for a large business and is way high up the chain. And she's like, yeah, I put this app on so that it's got a line holder for me. And right away I went, ding, 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 ding. Oh my gosh. I wonder if she had a tracking problem. Like if she wasn't able to track the text. And so my big alarm bells go off in my head and I'm thinking, what have I done? I've let my daughter down. The whole, all of that goes through your mind. So I just want you to know that even teachers do it too. We miss these things. And so, when you get the experience of somebody who's either had a child who's had it happen to them or you've seen it with your students. I was so much younger then and didn't have enough experience to even recognize it. And I wasn't her reading teacher at school. When she was one of my students, but she came in for science and I just didn't see it in the science classroom. She wasn't reading enough for me. Even when she read at home, she'd follow along with her finger. And I mean, I do that too, just to keep my spot on my paper. So I guess my big encouragement to parents is don't let the summer learning loss keep your child from being successful the following school year. If you don't want to hire a tutor like me or somebody else, then find things that they're going to enjoy. They'll actually do. That's the other thing. You have to find something that they'll actually do and get them motivated to learn so that they don't have that summer slide. Here's the thing. If your child's already a struggling reader and now they're going to go back to school and they're going to be faced with the fact that they're already behind. Okay, so they're already behind. They're a struggling reader. And now you're going to tell them that you're going to tell them that you're falling behind in school. You have to work harder. You have to do this. You have to do that. Well, guess what? Maybe they can't. And so my big push for you is to recognize what might be keeping your child from falling behind. Find what they like. Find what they can do. Don't let them lose traction because when they lose traction, the content level at school just continues to grow. But maybe they're not keeping up with that content level or the ability to stay up with it. And tutors really can make a big difference. So what I'm going to do, and I was trying to open it up while I was talking to you, and let me just pull it up here really quickly, is head over to my website. And I'm going to direct you over to my summer camps page. So let me share that page with you because I have some things that might actually work for your child. And of course, I'm going to tell you right now that one-to-one tutoring probably is for somebody who's way behind. This would be better. But I do have some things, 3 ways that you can meet with me. The very first one is the K-1 Reading Club. And we are going to be using the University of Florida Literacy Institute materials. We're going to start at a good starting point for the majority of the group. And we'll be working on phonemic awareness, visual drills, auditory drills, blending drills. I will give them a new concept each week. We'll do word work, irregular words, and we'll use a connected text. And that is quoted from their website, and I will be using their materials. And that class is going to run June 4th through the 13th, just on Wednesday mornings, okay? So we're not going to get through a lot of materials, but I will give you a lot of materials that you can use to practice at home in between our meetings. Now, if that's something that you're really interested in and the club isn't quite a good fit for your child, ask me about those services for any student, kindergarten through 6th grade, and I can use those same materials with them to really bump them forward faster by meeting 2 to 3 times a week. Okay. And then we've got the 4th through 6th grade reading club. And what we're going to be doing is we are going to be meeting once a week to do a weekly check-in, to do progress on stories that your child is reading. So it will be up to your family to make sure that your child is reading a book, that they can show up and they can talk about it. And we're going to be expanding their excitement about reading. We're going to be working on some literacy skills because they are going to be writing about what they're reading. And we are going to be meeting Wednesday mornings from 10:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time. That also runs June 4th through August 13th. If your child doesn't get out of school until mid-June, join us then. That's fine. And then you only pay for the times that you show up. So it's or that you're planning to show up. So if you're thinking, oh, I can't start until mid-June, and that's like the 11th of June, great, start then. Or maybe it's, the 18th of June. Then you'll start then, and then we'll just bill you for the dates that you're planning to come. And then the math club is going to be meeting once a week. And this was so much fun. I did this 2 years ago. We're going to focus on numeracy, math facts, everyday math skills that your child needs to understand to help them build a strong background in math skills in their classroom and for life. And this is for students that are in 2nd and 3rd grade. And so that is going to run Tuesday mornings, 10 to 10:30. It's a great opportunity for your kids to meet other kids. All of these clubs are virtual meetings. You're going to want to have an adult close by in case they need to, flip the switch on their machine. And I will send out for that math club, I will send out a little tutorial for the families on how to quickly share your screen if needed. So because sometimes they might need to do that if they have a question. And all of our clubs are going to be 30 minutes long for a very reasonable cost of $15. My private tutoring sessions are $35 for the half hour. So this is a real benefit for you. It's a cost savings, but I have to have at least 3 kids registered. And I won't have any of those courses will be filled at 6 students, no more than 6. So how do you sign up? So you come to the booking page, and you're going to click on the date that you plan to start. So if you don't plan to start until the 18th, you'll click on the 18th. Okay. So this is the same for all of them. Okay. So once you click on the one that you plan to book, okay, you've clicked on it, then you're going to do book and sign up. You'll fill in your student information. I do need parent contact information, how you found out about us. And then it is going to ask you for some money up front, and it's $15. And that $15 will be credited to their first meeting with me. So you're not paying twice. It's just that you're serious about coming. I will not reimburse you for that if you decide not to come. I will keep that. But my point simply is that it's a commitment. You're going to pay $15. You're going to come. And then I will email you the class information, how you're going to get into the meeting and all of that, so that you know exactly when and where to sign up. Super, super simple. But you can find all of this information over here at the Tutoring with Cheryl website. And then if you want more information about Tutoring with Cheryl, you could definitely come in here and check out information about me, how I service students. And if you just want to meet me, you can go to the Meet the Tutor link. And these are the times. I do those around 4 o'clock on these days. Let's see, this one's at 3:30. So you can come in here and check out a time that might work for you and schedule that meeting with me. And it's just a 30-minute Meet the Tutor. And it's more of a question and answer. It's not really a time to necessarily do much with your child other than maybe talk to them. And then you can learn more about my services and read testimonials. And what you want to just contact me and send me a message, we can start there. So I'm going to wrap it up now, but really consider that summer learning loss for your child and how we want to prevent that from happening. We want your child to be successful. As a former classroom teacher with over 30 years in the classroom, I know what it's like to have those kids show up and they're already behind. We want to prevent that from happening. You guys make it a great day. And as usual, keep the learning going.